So, we got our Hail Satan beer. We got a few bucks to get by. I could have gotten a few of them. I might. But in the meantime, I'm getting out of the spotlight. Too much light for a spirit of darkness like me. They're like shining their lights right there. They're like, where did that guy go? I'm like, hi, I'm watching you too. You gotta love it. See, now I get to play psychological warfare. See, that's what's up. Look at all that silver. I gotta find a nice place to watch this show. I got a place. Hold on. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, I haven't even began the drink. The fun is yet to begin. Everyone knows the devil is a lie. Well, I'm not talking about that devil. Here's a story, like I promised. Al-Shaitan. You'll find it in Arabic writings. Nah, I'll give you a Reader's Digest version right now. Give me a second, I'm kind of on the wrong flip side here. Oh, that's all right. The alley's over here in my little old drinking spot where I can watch everything is as well. So, technically, the jinn were created and they were here on Earth before people. Technically, they were before the luminaries. They were a time when God was dividing himself from the evil within. That's why if you go ask a Muslim about something, I think I might have just found a broke down house. I'm not sure. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I could be like a torch monkey, just watch the show from the porch. Technically, as long as I'm up. I don't know. I'm going to take a look. Hail Satan. I don't know. Place looks run down, but I got a better place. And it's close. All I gotta do is cross over here. Because I'll be turning my back on the whole happy smile fucking thing, too. Yeah. You gotta be careful about them happy Nazis. Oh. Love it, dub. See, now if I get a flask and I get a little bit older, I know it. I'm just slowly turning into Rick. That's what's happening. I'm gonna end up inventing some weird, crazy contraption that's gonna let me go like forward, back in time, and I'll end up like back with my family when basically my grandkids are around. It'll be kind of the opposite Rick. I'll be opposite Rick, almost. For one, I'm a bit more of a stoner. And a little bit more vampiric with my shit. Anyway, I digress. Story time. You know, kind of hard to tell a story on the go. Not really. I'm fucking with Joe. Here's the real story. So anyway, God's separating the evil from himself and all that shit. Because he can't accept the evil that lived within him. So yeah, God goes all Puritan on himself. And this creates a secondary being. And that friction of such, aka God's nightmare. Yours truly. That's what I think about the rest of the bullshit peanut galleries on any arguments. We actually ran into the peanut gallery before. He tried to go in about, maybe this is why you haven't had any luck. Like, you know what? I have luck being real. You people have actually seen when I have luck. Those are the days I have luck. And it is a matter of running into the right person. But that's not the story I'm here to tell. We're here about Shaitan. And how noble he was. And still is. I mean, sure, he's got a wayside a little bit, but hell. when the evil was the only one that would offer him sanctuary after, the pious God thought he had some other plan for shit. Well, it looks like someone might have actually bought up this house. There's cars parked here. Shit. Well, that's quick. See, this is what I worry about. They always got Mexican food and everything. You see, one of these days I could roll up to my place after being gone all day or something, and someone be fucking all fucking locked down on it, and bada bing, bada boom. Well, damn, that's fine, I guess. Oh shit. I don't want to make this like part 6 that's tell the story of Satan. Everyone's like turns to Satan into like a whole bunch of other shit. That's fine. It just fuels the fire. Get it? Jinn are made of fire. Smokeless fire. And they're out of the 3 elements that were originally used. The stories of the Hin and Bin. Those water and wind spirits, effectively, came together with the fire spirit, effectively, in the end of the war. There's a big war. And a lot of the Jinn decided to side on, the pious God side. And El Shaitan, he's just sitting there watching this war, and he had already ascended up to God's division point. And he was like, God, what's going on? And God was like, I'm purging myself of evil. Like, but God, that's part of you, said Satan. And God's like, no, this age must end. There must be a division and purity, blah, blah, blah. And Satan was like, well, if that's what you're planning to do, and God's like starting to create like these flashes of light to become known as luminaries. And Satan's like, so if that's what you're planning to do, then I'm going to have to try to stop you. And he took a look at one of these clay vessels that God in his division was making. He was going to put Adamus and all this other shit. He wanted to try to figure out how to save pieces of himself from the evil. Someone got into his head. Anyway, in a minute here, I'm doubling back to my place. Just simply because this Hail Satan tour is no good. I'm going to sit out here getting flashed by lights. And it looks like this porch I passed is about it. It's a Hail Satan of a porch. Who knows? There's no lights on it. Looks like it's boarded up. Let's go for a closer look. Seagate. This place is all locked down. I don't see any recent things other than the turnaround. No, I've seen someone here before. I'm double checking. I don't want to just come up on someone's porch. Nah, that ain't open space. Although, that's questionable. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that place. Might be a nice place to sit down. Anyway, in the meantime, so Shaitan, he test drives one of these vessels made out of clay, right? Where do you think all the smoke went? It mixed with the water. That's why only the Hin and the Jinn are left. And fire and air. There's a little bit of bin left every so often when there's enough gin to evaporate the water out of the clay. Well, that's what it's down to. I'm going to go ahead and cross over. That's not what I mean at all. But anyway, gotta kind of be a little bit alert, but not too much. It's a Hail Satan tour. We're just gonna start really pissing off the mannequins. We'll get to those later. The mannequins are like God's little first attempt at messing around with the clay that he wasn't supposed to be messing with. You know, this is where the divergence occurs here. There was a first creation of clay, and it wasn't the same clay of the waters that were gathered together. Not at all. That's a downside. I got no cigarettes. I gotta be careful up in here a little bit. Nope, never mind. I don't have to be careful at all. We got half staff flying. I'm just trying to find a nice place to sit down and tell this history lesson effectively. I ain't gonna drink over there. I have my limits. Nah, I could go drink a beer on the steps over here. It's a little early. So. Well, shit. Now, there's been way too much activity over here today. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna fucking move on yonder, see if I can find a nice little spot to sit down and drink. You want me to be that? I'm not that much of a yeah, let me go Hail Satan and drink on the steps of a school. No thank you. Don't have the Hail Satan for that, I do that anyway. However, I may have just found a chair. Nope, it's a baby chair. No, it's a chair. I found a chair. Hail Satan for a chair. Fuck yeah. This'll work. Still a little disappointed on the cigarette situation though. However, since we're going into this last bit, that's the gist of Satan's story. So, all that shit was made for fucking containment and etc. So, we'll go with the part 4 of this later.